Hi, welcome back to Physics Teacher. This was a question from the K-Lee contest, which is the grade 10 math contest from Waterloo University, and it has to do with distance, speed, and time. Give it a try, and I'll be right back with the solution. Alright, so here we have Elena and Gustavo leave K-Lee High School at 3 p.m. Elena runs north at a constant speed of 12 kilometers per hour. So let's draw that. Here we'll make up north, and she runs at 12 kilometers per hour. Gustavo runs east at a constant speed of 5 kilometers per hour. So he's going to go east at 5 kilometers per hour. After 12 minutes, Elena and Gustavo change direction and travel directly towards each other. Still at 12 and 5, so they start running towards each other like so. The time that they will meet again is closest to when? Alright, so a couple steps here. First, we need to figure out how far Elena travels in that first 12 minutes. Now our equation is distance equals speed or velocity times time. So let's call this d1. So to figure out how far Elena travels, we're going to take her speed, which is 12 kilometers per hour, and multiply it by the time, which is 12 minutes. However, our units aren't going to cancel in this case because minutes and hours are not equivalent. So I'm going to multiply this by 1 hour for every 60 minutes. That's the same as multiplying by 1 because 1 hour and 60 minutes are equivalent. And when we do that, we're going to get 2.4 kilometers. So that's how far Elena travels. Let's do the same thing for Gustavo. We'll call this D2. And so Gustavo travels at 5 kilometers per hour for 12 minutes. And we'll change minutes into hour by essentially just dividing by 60. And when we do that, we get 1 kilometer. Okay. So we know this distance is 2.4 kilometers and this distance is 1 kilometer. Now they're going to run towards each other. How far do they have to travel? Well, let's call this D3. And since this is a right-angled triangle, we can use a squared plus b squared equals c squared, or the Pythagorean theorem, to figure out what D3 is. So D3 is going to be the square root of 2.4 squared plus 1 squared. And when we do that, we get 2.6 kilometers. Okay, so now we need to know the time it takes until they meet. Alright, so what we have is Elena traveling at 12 kilometers per hour and Gustavo traveling at 5 kilometers per hour. What this means is if they're running towards each other, they're getting closer to each other at a rate of 12 plus 5, or 17 kilometers per hour. So we can rearrange this equation here for time, where time would be distance divided by speed or velocity, and the time it takes for them to meet after they've reached these points here will be t equals distance, which is 2.6 kilometers, divided by speed, which is 17 kilometers per hour. And since this is going to give us an answer in hours, I'm going to multiply by 60 minutes for every hour. And we'll get a time of 9.2 minutes. Alright, so here they started at 3 o'clock. And then they traveled north and east for 12 minutes. So once they got to these points, it'll be 3:12. And then about approximately 9 minutes later, they will meet here. So 3:12 plus 9 is 321. Our answer is E.